Raptors Digest. What's up? Welcome back. The Raptors are taking on the Spurs tonight after a really terrible loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know what's gotten into this team. Clearly, we need our starters. I think that was apparent from the very get-go, but I also think I speak for everyone when I say that OG Anunoby and Fred VanVleet being out has not constituted this ugly streak that we've gone on post-All-Star break. However, on a separate, more positive note tonight, we do get the return of Fred VanVleet, who was hot off of All-Star weekend. Obviously, lower body injury. I think it was a tweaked knee. Nothing too serious, but we're going to be cautious with Fred VanVleet, of course. Give him his rests like we used to do with Kyle Lowry. That point guard position, I mean, we demand a ton of minutes out of him. He leads the league in minutes played. The entire NBA, Fred VanVleet, the undrafted kid. Who would have thunk? But yes, he's really that dude, and I'm happy to have him back in the lineup tonight. You can see I got my bets. Fred VanVleet over 21.5 points. We have missed the natural offensive ability. Leo Routens just said it in the pregame, but hit it right on the head. That is exactly what this team has been missing. That's why Malachi Flynn has looked so good after stepping in and helping to fill that void at least a little bit. Definitely, we've got an appreciation for his skill set when Fred VanVleet is out of the lineup. With that said, poor Malachi, he's injured again right now, so kid heats up, has to go back to the bench for a while. Hopefully we see him back at 100. But Fred VanVleet, a skill set that we've missed, happy to have him back. And as for the other bets here, I just got to make sure my mics are behaving all right. Let me know if it's too loud right now. My mic's kind of... I don't know if OBS is glitching or if my mic's actually just breaking eardrums right now, but someone let me know. Either way, after the Fred VanVleet bet, I do have Jakob Poeltl. Guys, forgive me. I am betting on a former Raptor here, but we get eaten up by big dominant centers. Double-double for him tonight. Nothing too crazy. I was like plus 100, so that's double your money if you bet on it. Sure, I think that's a pretty good bet. And then the Raptors, minus 1.5 on the spread, so they got to win by at least a bucket. All of this stuff seems very doable. Plus 700, I put it on the Instagram story if you guys are ever looking to tail the bets. I have a decent feeling about this one. Don't know about you guys, but shouts out to everyone who's already tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Still no OG Anunoby, unfortunately. Scotty Barnes loses that jump ball there to Jakob Poeltl. Raptors have been missing a player like Yak. Don't get me wrong, we made the right trade there, but still, his skill set is what we need, and DeJounte Murray getting right to the rim. Ended up being an all-star reserve after, who was it? Harden got injured, so DeJounte Murray ends up going to the all-star game. No, it wasn't even for Harden. Who was it that was hurt? Either way, he gets called in on injury, which is great for him. He's been absolutely hooping this season. Raptors missed that shot. It's with Murray again. Murray over to Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson's kind of a nice player. Misses that three, and it's rebounded by Fred. He gets off to the races. Throws it into the low post. Scotty Barnes gets it. Out to Gary Trent Jr. Back to Fred from deep. Come on now. Misses. Oh. You know, not the worst look. That's from deep, but that's his territory. That is Fred VanVleet's kitchen. I don't hate that shot. Yak in the high post. Kicks it back out. They miss the three. Rebounded by Siakam, who's had a couple nice nights recently. Siakam driving, misses that, but he is fouled. All right, and if he didn't get fouled, Kem Birch was there, steady, ready to go and put back in that bucket, but instead it'll be Pascal shooting two. Nick in the chat saying, why is Birch still starting? Yeah, he hasn't had the best stretch recently. I always say this about Kem Birch. I know it's kind of irrelevant to this very specific topic, but when he's not hitting that floater, he's absolutely unplayable to the Raptors. Just too much of an offensive liability. Yes, starting seems a little bit of a stretch for him, but whatever. Having OG Anunoby back will be nice. I have been missing his absence more than I thought I would. And that's no slander to OG, but without him, we just look like a totally different team. He's a world-class disruptor. That's what OG does. He throws a wrench into your game plan. He's been clutch on offense, too. That's definitely something I've noticed about him this season. He's come up on both ends in probably the most important minutes for the Raptors. Siakam hits both. Okay, guys, I got to turn on the flames for that because Spicy P has been inconsistent at the free throw lines to a really frustrating degree. So happy to see him knock down those first 2 in the game. That's a good sign. The Spurs miss another deep 3. It's rebounded by Van Vliet. He's already got 2 boards. Scotty with it. Back to Van Vliet from the corner. Thought about it. Driving. Goes up. Okay, he's fouled. Doesn't get the and one, but he is fouled. I'll take it. Not mad about that. Tied 2-2. Chance to pull ahead. Ryan Henderson saying, yeah, Boucher or Precious should have started. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Precious Achiuwa has been playing some really good basketball recently, too. Post All-Star break, he's been like the best or most exciting part of our team. Well, I don't know if I want to do that to Scotty Barnes, leave him out of the convo there, but you get what I mean. No one expected to see this kind of offensive upside out of Precious Achiuwa this season, let alone randomly post All-Star break, but hopefully he can keep that rolling. I've always thought he was going to be a player, but this is quick developments for him. I'm happy to see. They take the shot there. They miss that. Who is that on the Spurs there? Scotty Barnes has it off the rebound, gives it to Siakam, who gets the uncontested lay-in, taking the D to the O. That's what's up. Raptors get the easy bucket in transition, 6-2. Murray with it. Takes the pick there from Pirtle. Siakam in his back pocket, dribbling around, kicking it out. Number 24 on the Spurs hits the easy mid-ranger. Who is that? I definitely know who that is. It's not DeJounte Murray. It's Devin Vassell. Went to FSU, same school as Scotty Barnes. Shouts out Florida State, the Seminoles. Gary Trent Jr. with the ball for 3. Oh, man, I thought that was money. He misses that one. He has not gotten out of that slump yet. Not even a little bit. Praying for Gary Trent Jr. right now. And then the Spurs pass it to an empty corner. That's Keldon Johnson who turns over the ball. Raptors getting it back. Under 10 minutes now in the opening quarter. Man, shouts out to anybody and everybody who is currently in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I'm excited to call this game. Excited to hopefully witness a W here tonight, a much needed one. That play-in tournament looking like we might need to stick around and battle through it, but I'm still optimistic that the 6th seed can be ours. Fred VanVleet in the mid-range. Hits it. Could have been an and one, but elevates and hits it. Murray with it now for the Spurs. Handing off to Pirtle. Pirtle tries to feed the cutter. He does, but gets the ball right back. McDermott. Dougie buckets. And then that's going to be, he stepped out of bounds. End line, Raptors get it back. Levi in the chat saying, Raps getting the dub. I like that energy, Levi. They better cover for me at -1.5. So long as they can win by more than a single point, we will be good. Gary Trent Jr. in the mid-range tries to pass it off, but that gets deflected and the Spurs get it. And then great job by Trent Jr. deflecting the ball back out of the Spurs player's hands. Fred VanVleet goes to the rim, finishes. Oh man, there you go. Feeling the presence of Fred VanVleet early. Great intensity and second effort there by Gary Trent Jr. Oh man, you just love to see it. Jeff for Sale 1 saying, feeling like a dub tonight. That's what's on the menu. We're chefing it up over here. Magnetic Knowledge saying, what's up, my peoples? What is up to the chat? Everyone just kind of pouring in now. I got to say thank you guys so much. It's I was not on stream for the Cleveland game. I was pretty sick. I don't know if you can still hear it a little bit now, but feeling better. I had kind of, I don't want to say like a 24-hour flu. It wasn't really like that. It lasted longer than 24 hours, but you know, some OJ, some sleep, you battle it off. And here we are in one piece to call the game tonight. So thank you guys for everyone who's watching right now. And if you are watching, do me an extra favor and drop a like on this video. Help it get re-recommended. Let's grow the community here. You guys are the best. And I got to point this out too. Marcel, I know you're in the chat. I don't know if you've already brought this up. But he sent me a player who's currently in the G League. His rights are owned by Orlando, who, let's keep in mind, they're very, very backcourt heavy. What's going on? I need to update my phone or something? Went to go open my phone and I almost nearly had to do a whole update. But yeah, Marcel sent me this player in the G League who's currently having like one of the best shooting seasons of all time in the sport of basketball. He's above 50% from 3. Let me get the exact metrics here. So he's 55% from the field on just standard field goal percentage, 51.9% from three-point range, and then 95% at the free throw stripe. This player's name is Devin Kennedy. And yeah, he's with the affiliate for, I believe, the Orlando Magic. So they have his rights. That's insane. That's bonkers. Steph Curry, look what you did to basketball, man. Pretty crazy stuff. But we do have a super chat pouring in right now from my guy Tommy Moreau. He's saying, Moses Brown signs a 10-day with Cleveland. Siakam top 5 in the league at facing double teams, so appreciate the warrior he's been. Go Raptors. Okay, Tom. I do like the second half of that sentence there, giving Siakam some acknowledgement for the tough assignments he bites off. Definitely a responsibility of a top dog that's taken some time to adjust. But he is there. He bites off a lot every night. I appreciate that too. But Moses Brown signs a 10-day with the Cleveland Cavaliers. How many 7-foot players does one team need? Is that an accurate report? Is he a Cavalier now? Why? That's criminal. That's criminal if that's happened. That team is way too large. You have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, and then everyone else is like at least 6'9". This is ridiculous. If that's an accurate report, I assume it is, but I don't know if that's just speculation potentially. I do want the Raptors still to get Moses Brown. We just need a 7-foot tall athlete. Our coaching staff and development staff will do the rest. Rest assured. We foul Jakob Poeltl there, who actually got an offensive rebound, I believe, so good for my bet. Okay. 8:06 left in the opening frame. 10-4, the Raptors are leading. DeJounte Murray with the ball. He has got some wicked handles. And then Fred VanVleet. Who just missed that? But Fred VanVleet gets the rebound there off of the missed Spurs shot. Fred, from 3, misses that, and it's rebounded by Murray. Actually, make that Keldon Johnson. Now it's DeJounte Murray with it. He's working on Siakam, brings him down to the corner, throws it over there to Jakob. Jakob hands it off to Devin Vassell. Back out there to Keldon Johnson. They're driving through. Keldon puts up a tough shot, and then Poeltl there to get the offensive rebound and the putback bucket. I'm not happy to see it, but I saw it coming. I got the Poeltl double-double. Raps still up by 4 points right now. DeJounte Murray, his game kind of reminds me of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have that same kind of veteran pace with the ball. They dictate the offensive flow comfortably. Oh, wow. Gary Trent Jr. with a tough bucket. Tough move, that is. It spills out of the rim. He does not get the bucket, but really tough take there. Oh, and then the Spurs miss the transition 3. Raptors pick up the rebound. Siakam with it. Throws it down into the high post to Scotty Barnes. He's got Dougie buckets on him. Barnes over to Gary Trent. Up to Fred. Fred. I hate to say you got to hit those, Fred, because you're still like 3 to 4 feet behind the three-point line. But you're uncontested, bro. Go grab that. Oh! Gorgeous block, but they're saying a goaltend? No. I thought Kem Birch got there. Man, I thought Kem Birch got there. Our guy might have got robbed a bit there. Gary Trent Jr. down to Scotty Barnes. Scotty tells Kem to clear out. He's driving, going up. Nice. On an FSU alumni. The former Seminoles going at it. Scores on Devin Vassell. Tough big man bucket there for Scotty Barnes. Vassell covered by Trent Jr. gives it back to Jakob Poeltl. Murray with it now. Back to Yak. Poeltl. Wow. Pretty tough floater shot for Jakob. Jeez. Not a great offensive game for Jakob Poeltl, or offensive bag, I should say, but he's pretty reliable. Fred VanVleet takes it out to the corner. He's covered by Poeltl. Fred steps back for 3. Ooh, airballs it. Kem Birch trying to get the rebound. Taps it off of his own foot. It's Spurs ball. This is getting frustrating right now. Fred VanVleet having all of the offense basically bottlenecked through him at the moment. I mean, Scotty Barnes went and got an ISO bucket there, but otherwise, the offensive options looking scarce for Toronto on the court right now. Feels like that Philadelphia series in 2019. No one wants to shoot the ball. They want to hand it to Kawhi. Except this time it's Fred VanVleet, who actually was invisible during that Philadelphia series. But tonight they want him to shoot every single shot. Jakob Poeltl hands it off there to Vassell. Vassell at the free throw line, kicking it out. And then Tyus Jones misses the floater. It's rebounded by the Raptors. Scotty Barnes over there to Birch. Now to Trent Jr. Scotty with it. Trying to feed Siakam. He gets the ball there. Siakam backing in. Giving it to Birch. Birch the floater. There we go. There we go. When Kem Birch is hitting his floater, things are good. We have less questions in life when that floater just sits. Way to go, Kem Birch. And then a blocking foul charge to the Raptors. Spurs will be shooting 2. That's Lonnie Walker. Oh my god, I hardly recognize him without the hair. He's like full-on buzz cut right now. Oh my god. Everyone knows Lonnie Walker for the crazy hair. He looks like Elfrid Payton, but I mean, he even had more wild hair than that. Hits his first free throw. Yeah, Lonnie Walker's a really good athlete too. Not much of a dominant player, but I gotta say, he has some pretty athletic dunks. Tough to ignore. Graham saying, hopefully Birch can keep that up. Yes, sir. We need offense coming from anywhere right now, so that floater's got to be at least slightly turned on for him to stay on the court. There we go. Misses the second shot there. Lonnie Walker, 1 of 2 from the line, and Fred VanVleet's got it now. He's covered by Tyus Jones. Trent Jr. with it now. Takes the pick from Precious. Hands it off to Achua. Now it's back to VanVleet. Fred in the mid-range. There we go. Okay, the mid-range is going tonight for VanVleet. Pulls up basically at the free throw stripe. Knocks it down. 16-11 the current score. Jakob Poeltl. Oh, great steal by VanVleet. Great lane anticipation. Going the other way. The dunk for Gary Trent Jr. Oh, that's rare. Getting up there, throwing it down, taking the D to the O, the defense to the offense. It equals success for the boys from the north. There we go. Oh, wow. Big time stretch shot there. Keldon Johnson knocking down a 3 from distance. He held that gooseneck too. VanVleet gets blocked, but Boucher there for the putback and 1! That's the kind of energy we need. Great job trailing the shooter, making the hustle play, going up strong. Wow, he got fouled hard there too, but enough strength to finish. Yes, sir. Turn the flames right back on. Tom Moreau saying Poeltl is going to go off on us. I thought so too, Tom, which is why I placed that bet. You know, normally I don't like to bet on the opposing players, but with this one, it felt kind of logical. We struggle to deal with 7 foot tall centers. You know, OG's not in to help out either. X-team logic. Whenever you have a guy facing his X-team, they tend to pop off a little bit, have the chip on the shoulder, know the team. Had to put my money there tonight, but the Raptors, I'm still calling them to get a W. I have my money on that bet as well. Spurs with it at the moment. Keldon Johnson, the floater, gets it. Wow, dribbles around for a minute, but ends up getting that floater to go. 21-16. Delano Banton throws it over to Achua. Now it's with Siakam. Siakam with it. Walks it out to the three-point line. Drives back in. Going up. There we go. There we go. Spicy. That's some vintage Siakam hoops there. Going right in. Twisting up the defender with your footwork. And getting the shot to go over. Oh, wow. Keldon Johnson trying to baptize the Raptors defense there with a dunk that just misses. I shouldn't say just misses. It was off by a fair margin. Got to respect any person crazy enough to try that one, though. Wow. I think Achua or Boucher might have got a piece of that, too. Okay, it's a foul. So we definitely did. See, I thought it was just out of bounds, but... Keldon Johnson hits the first one. And guys, if you're watching this right now, do me a favor. Drop a like spike. Help out the channel. Every like, every comment, all the interaction you guys give. It's so key to growing this, and I'm grateful for it. So thank you guys a ton. And I appreciate every bit of interaction that this channel gets. Delano Banton with it. Throws it over to Trent Jr. Covered by DeJounte Murray. He's going to go for the mid-range. Beautiful. Beautiful. No hesitation either. Gary Trent Jr. Silky shooting stroke. He felt a little bit of space. No hesi. Pulls up. Knocks it down. And at the other end, oh, perfect. San Antonio just misses that mid-range J. I think Murray shot that. And now the Raptors have it again. Siakam. I gotta say, the Spurs feel like they have a lot of the same player, especially when Bryn Forbes was here earlier. I know that there are some slight differences, of course. I mean, they're literally different players, but you get what I mean? I know we're a wing dominant team, but it seemed like every guy they had was like a shooting guard slash small forward. Like Bryn Forbes, DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker. Like they're all that same kind of build. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like that's an accurate observation. You guys let me know if I'm off with this one in the chat. If anyone else has bets on any of the NBA action tonight, let me know. I'm going to go check out what the NBA board's saying at the moment. So right now, wow, the Pistons are kind of rolling. I mean, the Bulls were having an ugly streak there for a while. I'm pretty sure they're still losing, but Pistons are up 99-94 right now on the Chicago Bulls. Wow. Who's going off in that game? Let me see. Cade Cunningham's got 22, 4, and 6. He's a special player. This rookie class is goated. See what else is going on here. Phoenix Suns, they are a well-oiled machine. They're up 11 on Miami, who's first in the East right now. The Phoenix Suns are in a league of their own. Oh my God. Do you think this is the season they win it? I don't know if I'm sold. I don't know if I'm sold. But you know Chris Paul is going to want it really bad. Retirement is definitely in the near future for him. It's on his mind, I have no doubt. And this guy is a bona fide winner. As much, I don't even know if I could use the term bona fide because he doesn't have that ring. But he has all the traits of a leader, a winning personality. He's definitely one of the greatest players to ever play the game in his own respect, especially when you evaluate him in the point guard position. But he's ultimately going to need to get that ring to get all the respect he wants, and I think the Suns have a decent shot at doing it. I don't really want them to win, per se. I'm not a huge Booker guy. They passed up on Luka, which I thought was dumb, but still DeAndre Ayton is like way more in line with what they really need. I don't know. I'm just not a Suns guy. Not a Suns guy. But I got to respect the talent they have. I think they could do it. Okay, and Kanye East in the chat saying, "Nah, you right, broski. Especially when Derek White was still there, they got like 8 undersized shooting guards on their team." Yeah, see, okay, so I'm not tripping. That is an accurate statement when it comes to the Spurs because I always looked at their team and I was like, man, they got like 6 of the same guy out there, and they're all pretty good. But credit, like you can't have everyone at the same position, which I feel like we're sort of learning with the Raptors right now. Even though I'd say our talent's better, you get what I mean. I'm happy someone else sees it. And Lucas Gomes saying, "Can we sit here today and say Greg Popovich is the best coach?" Hell no, Lucas. Greg Popovich is out of touch with the league, in my opinion. He got a great core of players that came through San Antonio. I will not ever speak down on the resume of Greg Popovich. He's a legend. But I feel like for the past while now, he's been out of touch with the league. I just don't think he's... You need a great team in the NBA, or not a great team, but you need at least a good team to make it a good coach look decent. And I think he is still a good coach, but I can't build him up into saying he's like still the best one to have in the NBA right now. I genuinely don't believe it. I find Popovich a little bit harsh and then kiss-assy. Like he has like 2 moods. He's either like pumping someone's tires and just basically like, you guys get what I mean, just absolutely building someone up big time, being like overzealous about it, or he's like the coldest dude on earth. I don't know. I find like we never get a normal demeanor from Pop. He's always trying to say something slick or something, decorative and grand. Like everything he says has to be poetry, and it doesn't come out great all the time. Maybe I'm just frustrated with Coach Popovich. I think he's out of touch with the league. His teams aren't that good anymore. I mean, how are you going to fail with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker? The list goes on. That Spurs dynasty was insane. But again, like I get it. He's right in there with those names of greatness. I agree. If that's where you were going with it in the chat, I agree that Greg Popovich isn't all that anymore. And it sounds like it's personal when I'm explaining it, and maybe it slightly is. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not a huge Coach Pop guy. He's too hot cold. He's weird. I can't feel him out. I can't feel out Coach Pop. I'm not on his level of brilliance. Delano Banton with the ball. Gives it over to Siakam. Right back to Banton in the middle. Banton kicking back to Siakam for three. There we go. Kicking back and forth with Delano Banton until he finally got into that rhythm. Jacks it up, knocks it down 30-22. Wraps up by 8. Coming down to the final minute here of the first quarter. Tyus Jones throws it over there to Collins. Now it's at DeJounte Murray. Murray going up with the left. Wow. I'm telling you, man, he reminds me of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got a similar game to Shai. It's veteran pace. That's exactly what it is. I kind of noticed Donovan Mitchell has the same thing to a certain extent, but and then an offensive foul against Toronto. Spurs getting the ball back. It's charged to Achua. I don't even know for what. Oh well. Tom Moreau saying, I have great respect for Pop as a coach and as a man. I do too. Doesn't really sound like I do, but I do. Like, I'd be an idiot to act like I'm talking about some sort of scrub here. He's a legend. I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way, but definitely seems like a pretty A1 guy. I've seen some good moments from Popovich. Just can't feel him out. I can't feel him out, Tom. I don't know what it is. And his teams suck. But they did just hit a three-pointer on us, so we're only up by 4. Or that was a long 2. I apologize. Siakam with it now. 40 seconds left until the end of the first. Over to Banton. Banton looking to move it. He gets it to Thad Young. Thad Young getting his first minutes. Puts up a floater. Gorgeous. Gets it to go. Right over Collins. 32-26. DeJounte Murray calls the play as he's crossing half. He's guarded by Trent Jr. All right, Gary. Get the clamps out, baby. Get the clamps out. Start smacking the floor. Let him know who's boss. He's calling for a pick. Collins comes, throws it to the corner. Lonnie Walker for 3. Ooh, he hit the exact same three-pointer earlier in this first quarter. 1 possession ball game. Siakam comes over half. 7 seconds. What's he going to do? Siakam dribbling. He's covered by Lonnie Walker, who just hit a 3. Siakam, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Get off me, little boy. Goes up into the paint, gets the floater to sit. Gorgeous bucket. Wow, that was some like old school bully basketball. Get my flames on for Pascal. Damn. Great execution by him. Went right at the heart of the defense. Hesied up a little bit. Gather stepped. Went up. Teardrop push shot. I mean, it's good. There we go. 34-29. Pascal Siakam kind of getting into a nice little rhythm there in the last couple minutes. Hit a three-pointer and breaking down the defense on the interior as well. Like to see that. Oh man, Lord 2 Senpai pointing out Achua already has 3 fouls. Wow. That's not good. Especially with OG Anunoby out of the lineup, you're going to need someone who can cover like the 4 to 5 spot. That's not good for Achua, but kind of expected out of a young player that happens. Not every night, but Scotty Barnes was definitely having an issue with fouling for a while. He learned pretty quick though, I have to say. And he also doesn't really get a lot of benefit from the refs because he plays hard defense, and as a rookie, sometimes the officials just sort of disrespect you, I feel like. That happens to Scotty. I've noticed it. But OG Anunoby, we talked about earlier how DeMar DeRozan would reach out to him and be like, bro, you gotta stop fouling so much. You're too good at defense to be fouling this much. So they've had their issues with it, but I'd always rather have guys who are intense. It's a good issue to have when your team's still relatively young. But I was shocked. We're not as young as I thought. I think we're like... So the median age in the NBA is something like, I think, 26.3 years old. And then the Raptors are only just beneath that at like 25 something. So we're not quite as young, I feel like, as a lot of people think. On average, we are, but I think Thad Young kind of like pulls that out a little bit. Siakam's kind of older. Even Chris Boucher is like almost 30. I don't know. Our very core is young, I gotta say. And guys, if you're watching this right now, do me a big favor. Drop a like on the video. Help get it re-recommended. Spread the love. It's always appreciated. You guys are the best. It does feel nice to have Fred VanVleet back right now. Let me check what he's at at this moment for points. So VanVleet has 8 points, 8 minutes. Okay, I like that. He is 3 of 8 from the floor. 0 of 4 from 3. Yeesh. Okay, well, he's got to turn on the range a little bit right now. But not a bad start for Van Vliet. He found a way to get his offense. Respect that. Banton, great job. Going right at Collins, right to the rack, finishes. 36-29. When the Raptors get a moment to collect themselves, either in a stoppage, a timeout, whatever it is, they come out really good. And then, wow, the right side of the floor, Lonnie Walker is just absolutely knocking down threes from that area. Hits another one to open up this quarter. Barnes over to Thad, over to Fred. Fred Van Vliet to Young. Thad misses that one, and then it's rebounded by the Spurs. They're off to the races. Murray over to McDermott. McDermott, the floater. Wow. Oh, but hold on. Offensive foul. Great job. Great job. Was that Thad Young or Chris Boucher? I can't tell. Either way, we take the charge. We get the ball back. Yes, sir. Kyle Lowry is proud somewhere right now. Banton with the ball. Hands it off to Barnes. Now it's with Van Vliet. Fred Van Vliet over to Thad Young. The floater almost sits, but it doesn't, and then it's rebounded by Murray. Murray outlitting the ball. Wow, Lonnie Walker from deep misses that one, but just hardly. That's a heat check right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a heat check. Lonnie Walker, cool off, please. Oh, but then a deep three that had to be Van Vliet, and it was. Never mind, I'm getting the frost off my screen. Freddie V heating it right back up, knocking down a deep tray. That's his first three-pointer post All-Star break since he's been back. Actually, no, not post All-Star break, but since he's been back, knocking down one from range after opening up 0 of 4. Spurs missed the three. Rebounded by Barnes. Had to snatch that away from Boucher. He's making a Rookie of the Year case, Boucher. You got to understand. Chris yanks the three. Misses. Rebounded by Murray. Murray out to Richardson. Richardson sidesteps, shoots the three, and knocks it down. Got Scotty Barnes to commit. Sidestep, gets the three. Just under 10 minutes left until halftime. Fred Van Vliet with it. Driving, pulling up in the mid-range. Beautiful. The mid-range is turned on tonight for Fred. It really is. You just love to see it. CP3 is somewhere smiling right now. DeJounte Murray with the ball. Murray takes the pick there from Collins. He's covered by Banton. Kicks it over to Dougie Buckets, but he misses that. Okay, I was scared for a moment. He had a chance to time or to square up that three-pointer, but he misses. And the Raptors get the ball back. Van Vliet driving. Let's go, Fred. Let's go. He's fouled even though he misses the shot. Yes, sir. Get to the line. Get those easy buckets, Fred. We'll take those all night. All night. Monroe Josh saying, Fred is the reason we are able to stay hot when nothing is falling. Yeah, credit. Fred Van Vliet, he gives us offense when no one else is willing to step up. Beautiful thing to have. Obviously a luxury for any team to have an instant offense guy. But, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes a lot of fans do complain about Fred Van Vliet being a black hole on offense where everything goes through him. And when it's not working, he doesn't divert the game plan and just kind of shoots them out of the game. I feel like I'm more with you, where I just appreciate the instant offense inclination, and I accept those games when we get shot out of it by Van Vliet because, they say you live and die by the three for a reason. You truly do. If it's not falling that night, chances are there's not buckets chances are you're not scoring enough to win in the modern NBA. But I like that Fred Van Vliet has that sort of confidence where 0-4 won't bother him. He's shooting the next one with conviction, and that's what happened tonight. He knocked it down. I'm really wishing he had performed better at the three-point contest, though. For how talented he is, I really felt like he had a chance to win it. So did Vegas. Vegas said him and Patty Mills are tied for the best odds to do it. I don't really understand how Trae Young wasn't, the favorite or tied for the odds to do it. Everyone was sleeping on Karl Anthony Towns. He was the plus 1,200 underdog. But Fred Van Vliet did kind of disappoint in that contest. I think he knows it. He said after to Steph Curry, that's a lot harder than it looks. I'd imagine it is. But, hey, man, maybe next year. Freddie All-Star is coming back next season. You got to hope he'll go on a tear after this. Just going to be a career All-Star guy like Kyle Lowry. Go 6 straight, maybe even 7 or 8 straight. Who knows, man? A lot left to be determined. Van Vliet, there you go. Gets Collins to commit, baits him into jumping, absorbs the contact, takes the shot. He'll be shooting too. The veteran move there by Van Vliet. Great job by Fred. That's point number 16. Wow. For having that ugly opening from 3, he definitely has recovered nice. Finding other ways to score. Marcus Leo saying, why is Siakam shooting threes now that Fred is back? I don't know, man. The offense is contagious. More floor spacing now. Wow. DeJounte Murray knocking down a straightaway 3. That was an impressive shot. Wraps up by 5. Van Vliet takes the pick from Boucher. Oh, I know Fred in his head just thought about yanking it from the logo. I know it went through his mind. There we go. Thad. Oh, Scotty Barnes getting robbed of another assist. And then the Raptors step out of bounds. That's tough, though, man. Scotty Barnes. No one gets robbed more than this guy on the assist category. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There was a good chance the Warriors were going to draft Scotty Barnes at 7. And obviously, Scotty Barnes deserved to go like 3rd or 2nd overall, debating on who you ask. Or depending. But Scotty Barnes, there was a good chance, a lot of speculation he would end up on Golden State after this draft. That's where a lot of mock drafts had him going. Could you imagine the assist numbers he would have in Golden State? Oh my God, and San Antonio knocks it down. And I'm not trying to slander our team. Our team's one of the best defensive teams, one of the best defensive rosters in the league with a lot of scoring upside and talent in their young guys. So I think we got a more promising future right now than Golden State does, of course. But I gotta say, if you put Scotty Barnes on that roster with those kind of scoring options, the man averages 5 assists, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. He should be already on the Raptors right now, but he is not. And it's because guys like Thaddeus Young just decide they want to miss the first shot they take after Scotty passes it to them. That's how it goes. It's a cold world out there, guys. It's a cold world. Murray with it. Throws it over there to Keldon Johnson, who just misses the 3, and it's tapped out by Birch, now in the hands of Van Vliet. Van Vliet for 3, another air ball, but the Raptors get the O-rep. Van Vliet gets the ball right back. Oh, Birch. Oh, okay, bad miscommunication there between Fred Van Vliet and Kem Birch. Ends up out of bounds, Spurs getting the ball back. Oh, that was a bad miscue. Jeez. Alright guys, if you can drop a like on this video, help me out a ton. Please do so, make your presence felt. It's always appreciated. Oh my God. DeJounte Murray hits another nice mid-range shot. He's smooth. He's like, him and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are like the same player. I'm convinced. Thad Young feeding, who is that? Brooks. Armani Brooks in the game. And then Kem Birch is fouled, taking that rebound shot, or the putback shot. Does not go, but he's shooting 2. 7:05 left until halftime, but Armani Brooks checking in for the Raptors. And I just saw someone put an interesting random stat. Lord 2 Senpai saying, fun fact, Armani Brooks is a nephew of Mark Phillips from RDC World 1. So for anyone that doesn't know, Mark is the guy who does those comedy sketches where, like LeBron doing that thing where he's like, I'm 36 when he's talking to Kyrie about going to the Nets. That's RDC World. So they've been viral for a long time. They're hilarious. One of the best things I ever seen RDC World do was when he had that the skit about what Doc Rivers said to the 76ers in the change room after Game 7 versus the Hawks when Trae Young just removed their heart. Basically, they absolutely torched Ben Simmons. It's must-see TV. That is funny. But shouts out to Lord 2 Senpai for a really random fact, but an interesting one at that. And shouts out to Armani Brooks. Let's see what he can do out here. And he's already off the court. Never mind. I spoke way too soon. We'll see if we can get another look at him later tonight. McDermott almost turns over the ball. He does. That's a shot clock violation. Raps getting it back. Yes, sir. Shouts out to the 90 people we got in here right now. Appreciate you guys. And York Baller in the chat saying, Gary Trent Jr. always scrapping defensively. Always, man. Absolutely always. And Fanfiction Pop-Tart shouting out an iconic line from Mark. He's so funny, man. He is so funny. You guys got to check out that skit. Lucas Gomes saying, Guess Brooks is a Raptors legend now. Man, the Raptors truly have one of like the most Canadian fan bases out there because everyone's so damn nice. You put on that jersey, like we'll make a joke out of how much we love you. Like my buddies and I, the kind of jokes we would make about Lorenzo Brown, we were pushing that agenda hard. We were trying to get Lorenzo Brown to the damn NBA All-Star game. He was a D-League MVP. You got to remember though, like as the D-League MVP, once you get to the point that like, you know, you're good enough to win it, but also not good enough to stay on a roster long-term, you're in that sort of weird in-betweener area. Shouts out to guys like Chris Boucher who sort of break out of that mold and find a way to get contracts and, you know, play in the NBA for a long time and win a championship. So there are guys that get the D-League MVP and continue to move up the ladder. But Zoe Brown was just, I don't know, he was pretty good at offense, but there was something about him that just cracked us up. So we were pushing the Lorenzo Brown, best Raptor, greatest Raptor of all time agenda pretty hard. Raptors fans are a different breed. I will say that. Fanfiction saying, reminder to also watch his Clippers video. That was funny too. See, I haven't watched a whole lot of RDC World. I think I've seen some of his top stuff. I feel like everyone has, just from snippets reposted, but definitely hilarious. Lord 2 Senpai saying, how good do you think Jalen Harris would have been if not for the suspension? I don't think too good. There's a very, very small chance he's the kind of guy that could average... At most, I could see him averaging 11 points. And that'd be crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. If he could do that. And that's like the kind of ceiling I would give him. So, of course, he could be helpful. But realistically, I don't know. If what Nick Nurse has done to Malachi Flynn this season, if that's any indication of what he thinks about smaller finesse players, and I know that he was a little bit bigger. He definitely was. Jalen Harris, of course, I'm talking about. But at the same time, like, it just seems like Nick Nurse these days is obsessed with playing wing players who are athletic, great at defense, and want to work on their offensive game. Like, that's what him benching Malachi all season has shown me. So given that, I don't know if he would even get the minutes to succeed this year. But hey, man, Jalen Harris was looking nice at the end of last season. I think he had a couple 20 pieces. Promising dude, but yes, of course, out because of failing a drug test. And then Siakam knocking down a mid-range J. What up, Spicy? What up? We got 6 minutes left until halftime. Keldon Johnson goes in, gets that one to go. Little push shot on the interior. Wraps up by 2. Fred VanVleet dribbles over half. VanVleet takes the pick. Throws it over to Gary Trent Jr. for 3. Oh, just misses, but Trent Jr. gets the rebound back. He's going to dial up another one. Gets it to go. Yes, sir. I think he got his swagger back, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Trent Jr. knocking it down. Jakob Poeltl with it. Throws it over to McDermott. Oh, McDermott gets his pocket picked by Siakam. But they recover the ball back to Murray. Murray making a move on VanVleet. Over him. Gets it off the glass. Wow. Wow, that looked like a Russell Westbrook play there. And I mean that in like the best way possible, actually. No sneak dissing at the moment to Westbrook. Well, there. I dissed him there. But Siakam with it. Kicks it out to VanVleet. Over to Gary. Down to Kem Birch. Kem. Cannot be afraid to hit that floater or at least pass it to your teammate. My guy. We foul the Spurs in transition after the Birch turnover. Come on now. That was terrible. That was really unselfish basketball. We were working all the way around the horseshoe, down to Kem Birch, who just like coughs it up completely, gets caught in midair, not wanting to shoot, not knowing where to pass, gives it right to the Spurs player. Trade him now for a bag of pucks. Murray throws it over there to Lonnie Walker, who was in his bag from 3 earlier. Back over to Murray. Murray, oh, great deflection there by Scotty Barnes. He was already pressing out to Devin Vassell to cut off that three-pointer or that wing pass. Great anticipation by Barnes. Nettie saying Murray learned a lot from DeMar's mid-range game. Nettie, I'm going to put on the Flames for that because that is accurate as all hell. Devin Vassell misses that wide open 3. Raptors get lucky there. Shouts out to DeMar DeRozan. Scotty Barnes with it. Driving on Johnson. Scotty going up. Oh, the floater misses. Keldon Johnson up there to DeJounte. DeJounte covered by Trent Jr. Just misses that bucket. Good defense there by Gary. And then that's a foul. That's a foul. Good job by Trent Jr. going right back at him. I think Trent might have hit him with like a shoulder there. Or not shoulder, an elbow. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Gary Trent Jr. is scrappy. I can't remember who said in the chat though, but he is scrappy. Jaden saying Gary Trent Jr. is our guy. Facts, he's our guy, man. He's playing great basketball right now. Oh, Scotty Barnes misses that floater. Scotty Barnes does. Pascal Siakam with the runner. Misses it. Tyus Jones ends up at the corner there. Lonnie Walker pulls up in the mid-range. Gets it. Wow. 52-51. The Raps up by a single point. 3:45 left until halftime. Whew. All right. Trent Jr. to Delano. Siakam with it. Driving. Kicking out to Delano Banton for 3. Get that. Oh, man, way off. But then Scotty Barnes with the offensive rebound to Delano Banton, who's cutting, puts up a floater and misses that too. Delano Banton. Delano. Come on now. They weren't exactly close misses either. The three-pointer you just kind of knew was off. He's got to get way more arc on his shot. He definitely does. He's got to get his legs into it more and arc that. I know it's pretty difficult at that height with that kind of wingspan, but still. Wasn't even close. Jakob Poeltl throws it over there to Keldon Johnson. Johnson takes the pick from Poeltl, driving on Barnes, and then a blocking foul charge to Scotty, but he does miss. Wow, the Spurs have an opportunity to take the lead at the free throw line. 3 minutes until half. Not exactly what you want to see. But it is what it is. If you do look at my parlay, you guys know I have the Raptors winning tonight. You know, no guarantees. The Spurs have been playing decent. Actually, no, they have not really been. But they've been playing kind of like carefree. It's a dangerous brand of basketball to face when a team's kind of got a low bar set, but some nice young talent. You never know what version of that team you're going to get on any given night. And the Spurs have some dudes. I mean, if Lonnie Walker's acting like Steph Curry there on the right side all night, then we're in trouble. Thankfully, he's cooled off. But DeJounte Murray, first-time All-Star, he's kind of cooking us. I guess it's definitely going to be Ja Morant who wins the MIP. But you got to think right up there in voting is DeJounte Murray. He's got to be the second betting favorite for it. I would have to guess. All right, let's see. Lucas asked me, Josh, thoughts on Colby ragdolling Jorge on this on the weekend? LOL. You know what? I thought Colby would probably win. I didn't think he would just like dominate the pace of the fight the whole time the way he did. But then again, I knew that if Jorge Masvidal was going to win, it was going to need to be the right strike teed up at the right time. He's always dangerous, man. Masvidal has like those cement hands that when they hit you, they can put you to sleep in an instant. But I just knew that the technical jiu-jitsu game of Colby Covington, the ability to go to the ground and still dominate, it was going to prevail against Masvidal. It's crazy, though, because you remember when Masvidal fought Kamaru Usman, who's the ultimate ground game guy with Khabib. Like those two are kind of like the modern goats of wrestling. And then Usman was like, nah, we're going to stand up. and then he just knocked out Jorge Masvidal. After that, I was like, okay, bro, you know, a wrestler's going to stand up and knock you out. I know it's Usman, but that's when I kind of started to get worried about Jorge Masvidal and kind of worried that he might just be a guy that takes on big title fights and gets his ass whooped for a few years on the way out. But I do like Masvidal's personality, so it's kind of sad, but hey, Covington deserved that fully. Connor W saying, hey Josh, are we getting Marcel's minute at half? I believe we are. I got to ask Marcel. Marcel, if you're hearing this right now, let the people know, but I will be calling you at halftime for Marcel's minute. The segment within a segment. And guys, if you're watching this, do me a big favor. Drop a like on this video. Helps out the channel so much. You guys are the greatest. I mean that. I'm nothing without the community. I look forward to coming on and chatting with you guys every time the Raptors tip off. Voice is sounding a bit raspy right now. But it is kind of remarkable. I know this isn't exactly a basketball topic really at all right now, but we having a stoppage of the play, commercial break. It is insane to see how much the UFC has grown since what happened with COVID. COVID shuts down everything. Dana White, being the kind of, you know, quick to the punch businessman that he is, decides he's going to set up operations probably like 4 to 6 months before anyone even thought about it. Bought an island to make it work. Abu Dhabi Island. Goes out there, and an island in Abu Dhabi, goes out there and starts doing UFC when nothing else is on for sports fans to watch. Won over a lot of people. A lot more UFC fans today than there was 2 years ago. Probably like double. It's been crazy, the growth. Anyways, basketball back on. Van Vliet goes to the paint, misses that, and is rebounded by Pirtle. I wonder what his rebound numbers are at. To be honest, the harder part of that bet for him tonight might be the 10 points, but we'll see. I just want the Raptors to win, man. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. I just want the Raptors to win. Keldon Johnson going to the rack. Tough layup. They got so many athletes on San Antonio. It's crazy. They got like 6 of the same player. Siakam with it. Siakam on the perimeter. Decides not to shoot the 3. Drives. Kicks out to Van Vliet. He pump fakes. Gets fouled. Nice. Good job. Foul charge to Johnson. York Baller asking, does anyone do TikTok here? York, check out BetStamp on TikTok. That's I work for a company called BetStamp that is a betting aggregate app, and we're filming content in the office all the time. Definitely go check us out on TikTok, man. At BetStamp. We're always doing like random sports debates, just random content from the office, really. It's good stuff, though. It's good stuff. We get some heated ping pong going. Really brings the demon out of the boys. Vassell comes off the court for San Antonio. Jaden asking, is Armani Brooks playing? No, not at the moment. He literally got on the court for all of about like 45 seconds to a minute. I saw him run the length of the court twice, and it was done. He was back out. I don't know what happened, why he was even in there in the first place, but there has been a Brooks sighting. Nothing past then, though. Wow, Tyus Jones pulls up, gets the mid-range shot to go. Van Vliet with it. Minute 40 until halftime. You guys know what's coming up at halftime. I'm not going to do a full-length hot takes, but I am going to do some callers along with Marcel's minute and Magnetic's mouthful at the end. Van Vliet. And then an offensive foul on Siakam. Off ball. What's going on? What just happened? I don't know why that's called. Siakam's freaking out right now at the official. Not changing the call, though. Spurs get the ball back. D-Cube saying, I just want them to win, man, with a bunch of crying emojis. Me too, bro. Hey, I don't think that's an unrealistic ask for tonight. We're only down by 4 points right now. Over a minute until halftime. Whole half of basketball left. You know, when we were playing great, we were a second half team. Fred VanVleet's back. I'm not worried. I'm keeping the faith here. Gary Trent Jr. with the ball. Gets the pick there from Thaddeus Young. Takes it, shoots a 3, misses. It's rebounded by Pirtle, who is eating up the boards right now for San Antonio and my bet. Johnson gets fouled there. Wow. Okay, and I believe that's Gary Trent Jr.'s third foul. He's got to be careful. We are only in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Calm down. Whew. And guys, if you are watching this, do me a big favor. We're at 56 likes. Once we get up to 100, I'll stop panhandling for likes. I'll stop begging for them. But if you can help me get there, that's always much appreciated. The Raptors turn over the Spurs. They go the length of the floor, and Siakam, the run-out layup. Let's go. One possession game, 40 seconds left. Taking the D to the O, the defense to the offense. Raptors get rewarded. And then Murray tries to shoot a three, misses that, and then wow. Jakob gets the offensive rebound, puts it right back up. Spurs up by 4. Wow. Yeah, I can hear Jack Armstrong saying it right now. It's not a great vertical. He is just long and great at getting to the right position. Van Vliet with it. He's going to jack up a deep 3. Oh, Freddie V. That's what I'm talking about. Nasty bucket for Fred Van Vliet. I got my flames on for that. Just a Steph Curry shot selection out there. Murray kicking it off to Johnson. Wow. Okay. DeJounte Murray, man, I'm tipping the hat right now. That's an impressive setup there for his teammate in Johnson. And then Van Vliet gets off hardly a last shot attempt at all. That wasn't much of anything. But Lord 2 Senpai, this is an interesting question. I've answered it a few times on live, but of course, like we have a community that's always coming in and out, so might not everyone know. But basically, how did you first meet Ben and Riker? So essentially, I'll make this really quick because, of course, we do have the hot take segment, so I'll be getting in contact with Marcel for Marcel's Minute in just one moment. But to tell you briefly and quickly how... My throat right now. I don't know what's going on. To tell you guys how I met Ben and Riker. So basically, I didn't actually meet them in person until a few months ago. But we've been working together for over a year. I started off a Raptors blog. I went to school for history and politics, which gave me a love for writing. I got really good at doing essays. To me, it was way easier than science or math or anything of that nature. I could just creatively write, analytically write, anything that has to do with qualitative info and typing and things of that nature, linguistics. I really got easily accustomed to it and kind of loved it. So that gave me sort of like a research nature, I guess, an inquisitive. I'm reaching for some words here, but you get what I mean. It gave me a nature to really look into things. I have to always be preparing essays. So I started writing about the Raptors because that was what I had so much knowledge and attention for. I was watching their games every night, reading articles that other people were writing. I was constantly absorbing all this material. And I thought to myself, like, I should probably make something out of this. It's just like sitting up in my brain, occupying so much time and space. I should try to combine it with a talent. And for me, that was writing. So I started writing articles about the Raptors. And then eventually I wanted to get on camera and do some of this stuff. So I DM'd Ben and Riker because I'd always watched the Raptors Digest. I was a big fan. They gave me an opportunity to write on their site when they first opened it up, probably about a year ago at this time. Things went really well. They offered me a chance to get in front of a mic, in front of a camera. And then, now we're here. And so I do have big time love for the community. Obviously, I'm learning every day as I do these things. It's a work in progress every time I come on, but you guys have been so warm and receptive with me, and I already felt a sense of community with Raptors Digest just from listening, but from being actually one of the creators, it's insane. I definitely am thankful for each and every one of you guys. When I say you're the best, I know it comes off as a cliche, as some garbage, but no, for real, you guys are the best. You've helped me do something I've always wanted to do, and forever grateful for that. But guys, let me get to one of my biggest supporters, one of the utmost day ones here at the channel. That is Marcel Martin. We are going for Marcel's Minute. All right, let me get a hold of him real quick. He should be available. I think typically he would tell me if he wasn't, but we will find out in a moment. And we got Connor who wants to come back on, so I will definitely hit up Connor right after, but gotta let Marcel tee off in his place quick.
The person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been...
Okay, so not getting a hold of Marcel at the moment. Guys, I'm just noticing something in the chat. I want to test this out. Someone's saying I might have the wrong microphone hooked up. And I feel like there is an actual decent chance of that. Okay, one sec. I'm going to add a new microphone. Tell me if this improves the quality. I apologize if it's been this bad all night. Let me see. Because if it's not coming through this mic, that is going to be very bad quality. Okay, let's see. It's going to be echo for 1 second. Probably. All right, tell me how this sounds. I appreciate you guys. I want to make sure that this sounds all right. Sound check 212. Let me know how it sounds. But I'm going to try to get on Connor now because I did not get an answer from Marcel. But okay, Marcel's going to bed. I missed that in the chat. Tom Moreau saying, I thought you met at a pickup game and Riker came at you with a golf club. No, that's a different story, Tom. That is a different story. I've shared that one a few times, but I'll break that one out if we have some more static at or some more just chill time at half. Yeah, apologies for the mic. There we go. We're rolling for the second half. Raptors gonna win, no doubt now. But I will get Connor on for a quick little hot takes take for the segment. Okay.
Hello?
Yo, how's it going?
Josh, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, the Raptors down 58-61 right now. Not too bad. I'm not too worried. But pretty decent, man. What are you seeing in this first half of basketball?
Well, just to start, I want to say the score is not indicative of the game we just saw. The Raptors should be way ahead. We just made a lot of dumb mistakes that I think we can move past in the second half to really take control of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that Fred VanVleet opening 0-4 there, he seems a bit more in his rhythm now. I think that he's going to be pretty money in the second half, or at least I'm hoping he is, because that's going to be huge for this team. But we've been picking up a lot of fouls too, which is kind of concerning. I like the energy defense, but we don't really have the personnel to be fouling everyone who goes in the paint tonight. Do you have any big takeaways for the second half where you're like, this absolutely must happen for us to beat the Spurs tonight?
You know what, Josh? I'm glad you asked, because I do. I have something really important that some people in the Raptors community might disagree with, but I think it's the most critical thing to our success, okay? Precious Achiuwa. Calling out. Precious Achiuwa.
Hey.
Boucher. Okay, Ken Birch. Get off the damn line. We need these guys shooting threes. We don't need them standing around the line, okay? Chris Boucher is 7 feet tall. We don't need him standing on the line. We need him getting rebounds. We need these guys boxing out. For God's sake, if I see Chris Boucher jack up another damn three, I might just, close the stream. I don't know what I would do, I cringe every time he shoots it. We don't need him shooting threes. We have Gary Trent Jr. We've got Freddie All-Star doing his thing. Okay, we don't need Chris Boucher shooting logo shots. Okay, we've got a guy for that. His name is Pascal Siakam. Just kidding.
Hey, we got. I honestly, I don't know. I'm split emotions on that, just from the standpoint of I do think that guys like Achiuwa and Boucher are capable of hitting threes. Sometimes you're right. The majority of the time, it's not a very good shot for them. It's not your best opportunity to score. But I'm also hedged between I kind of want to see those guys work on their game and add it to their bag. But to the same note, we need to win. We are trying to get into the playoffs. It's not a completely forgotten season here. We're above 500. We genuinely have a chance to go into the Larry O'Brien all-intensive playoffs. I don't know why we wouldn't be treating it seriously. So I agree with you in that sense, but I do like Precious trying new things because he's kind of a star in disguise. I don't know what to say by it. You know what I mean? He shows these glimpses where it's like, wow, this guy's so athletic and strong, and he has a desire to get better. I'd be reluctant to tell him to stop shooting threes,
I'm I'm glad you said that because he is strong. He is athletic. You know, I agree with you. I think Precious Achiuwa is going to be one of our key pieces in the years to come in the Raptors championship. But that his part isn't going to be played on the line. His part is going to be throwing down lobs from heaven above. You know what I mean?
I like that. Hey, well, you know what? I agree that it's not the best approach tonight for certain, but hopefully they can add that into their game at some point because that'd make them some pretty unstoppable players. But Connor, man, thank you so much for calling in. You're always a pleasure to have on here. And
just say one more thing.
Of course.
To the stream. What more does this man need to do to get 100 likes? Can we get a like spike up in here?
Hey, man, I'm going to play the like spike for you right now. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Thanks, Josh.
They got me out here absolutely panhandling for the likes, but you're helping me out.
Absolutely. You take care.
All right, you too.
Bye.
What a guy. Great to hear from Connor. And of course, I will get a final take there from my guy, Magnetic Knowledge, once it's time to get back to the second half. But I'll wait for a moment here. I'll look through the chat quick. Scooby-Doo saying, I could dunk on you and break your ankles, Josh. No hard feelings. I'm Scooby-Doo. I'm pretty good at basketball if you didn't know. All right, Scooby. I got to bring this up, kind of a bit random here, but on the topic of dogs being really good at human sports, who remembers how ridiculous the movie Air Bud was? I saw a TikTok the other day that took some of the scenes from that movie, and in one of the scenes, he catches a football, and this kid blows Air Bud up, just tackles a golden retriever into next week, and this dog's like passed out on the field with the team surrounding him. It's just like so hilarious, and everyone's straight-faced and devastated, and this golden retriever just has like its tongue out of its mouth wearing a football jersey. It's like, how were these ever like quality movies? I don't know. It's a hilarious concept. Shout out to Air Bud. The Raptors could use him right now. Okay, great to see that the mic is sounding better. Shouts out to the 82 people in here right now. You guys are the best. You guys heard what Connor said. Help get me up to 100 likes there. Always appreciated. Scooby-Doo asking, do you like Nutella on hot dogs? Dear God, my boy, I pray for you. I pray for you. So the bet is not looking too bad. Before I give Magnetic a call here, I'm going to open up the scoreboard just to see, or the box score. So Fred VanVleet at 21 points. One more bucket is needed to put that bet into the over territory where I hit it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then in terms of Jakob Poeltl, my man is at 6-6. So this is not a promise thing here at all. Clearly he's on pace. I think the buckets might even be harder for him to end up picking up. However, on pace, he only played 16 minutes too, which I mean, it was third most, but still didn't play like the most or anything. He's going to go out there and I think probably get the bet for me tonight. I'll knock on wood just in case, but hey, I think that's within reasonable expectation. I will say that. And then the Raptors need to cover the spread, which I think we all want to see that happen. But time to dial up Magnetic to end off the halftime hot takes segment. Magnetic.
How's it going, brother?
It's going pretty well, man. Going pretty well. Raptors down by a little bit, but I'm happy to see Fred VanVleet back right now. Things don't look too bad. What are you seeing?
Definitely need to hit these threes. I know Fred's back and he's looking pretty good. He looks healthy, but we gotta get these threes popping. Like this is like been a curse lately. Like Gary and like
Thad Young, just a lot of bad fouls I saw too, like something you had mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, just like, come on, guys. I like the aggressive. Yeah, being aggressive, but like, come on. You got to be more aggressive offensively, I think, too.
I like that, actually. I agree with that for certain, actually.
Like Delano going, like Precious driving in, kicking it back out. Come on, man, just drive. Delano missing that three and then getting the ball back and then putting up a floater that missed, and then like, come on, you got to get those ones.
I know no one really wants to step up too much this game, and I know it's a completely different thing to relate it to, but that Philadelphia series where we were watching and it's like, oh my God, nobody wants to shoot the ball. Tonight has that similar vibe where it's like everyone just wants to find where Fred VanVleet is and throw it to him. Granted, it did get better there towards the halftime. Guys started stepping up a bit more. But early in the game, it was like, oh, thank God Fred's back to save us. It's like you guys can't bottleneck everything through Fred VanVleet as much as he would like that. You got to be able to score too. I agree.
I agree 100%. Like that's what I've been seeing too. Like you gotta, it's just he's our savior's back. No, it's a whole team, and Pascal is looking a little. A couple nice spin moves though. He did get a few spin moves I saw there.
Yeah, he did okay. Not perfect, but he had an okay first half. I could say I think he could need to elevate it a little bit to really seal the deal on a win tonight. But I wasn't livid with Siakam after that first half.
No, me neither. But it's like gas pedal. I'm talking like foot on that gas. Like drive the lane. Get aggressive. Draw the fouls. Get Siakam. And of course free throws as always are an issue.
Yes, when Siakam hit his first two free throws, first two attempts, I was pretty happy because I was like, this guy needs to figure it out at the line.
Yes, he really does. You can't shoot 50% from the line when you lose games by 3-4 points. Like that's
no, you can't do it.
Unless you're up by 20, whatever. It's like, oh wow, you missed a free throw. You're whatever. But when you're like close games, and I know this one's gonna be a nail biter, right?
It is.
I already can tell.
Yeah, no, I can feel that too. You got to get the gimmies, man. You got to take the gimmies.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone off the bench like do a little something this third quarter because they probably won't roll with that. They'll put Thad Young in the fourth, close the game out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Boucher's energy is always.
Boucher's
energy is always nice.
Yeah, no, Boucher's energy's been like. I know earlier Connor was saying he doesn't want him shooting any threes, which is fair. I do think just go to the rim, try to rebound, get the easy run out buckets. Like I'm with that fully, but I also think Chris has a little bit of upside from 3 too. If you can get him in a rhythm where he's bringing that energy, let him shoot threes. He thrives off momentum.
Yeah. I agree. The 3 threes from Boucher, what more could you ask for, right? Like that'd be great. A game.
Yeah, no, that would be amazing. Magnetic, we got the second half going back on right now. So do you have any final things to say to the Raps community before we tune back in?
I love y'all. Let's get a like spike for Josh, and shout out to my work, Chuck's Roadhouse, for allowing me to always watch these games.
Hey, man, shouts out to Chuck's. Appreciate you, Magnetic. It wouldn't be the segment without you.
I appreciate it, and let's go Raps. Thanks, Josh.
See you, buddy. That's my guy. Magnetic, shouts out. Just a goat. Scotty picks up a foul. Thankfully, it's only his second, but I'm noticing that Jakob Poeltl getting another board. Oh, wow. Gary getting that bucket, too. Getting the replay now. Wow, and then an and one for Jakob Poeltl. Whew. I mean, if it's going to be one dude, it's going to be one dude. Tough take. At the free throw line, he hits the extra point. So I believe that gives him 9 points. I need one more for him to get to a doable amount for the double-double. Scotty Barnes gives it over to Birch. VanVleet with it now. Fred over to Kem. Oh, Kem. No, dude. Oh, man. That's what he has no offensive game outside of a wide open floater. Like, how on earth did Kem Birch manage to get a 20 piece with us like a week after we picked him up off of waivers from Orlando. How did that happen? He had like 20 something points. I won't even say he might have had like 25, 27 maybe. How did that happen? Because right now, I don't understand how he even gets to 10 points. Like, it's the floater or nothing. He doesn't even want to go up. Hey, and shouts out to Adam, getting into the world of being a creator a little bit, hopefully with some Raptors content. Let me know, man. We'll help plug your stuff. Any kind of questions you ever have, ask me. I can help you out. I do social media as a job for a lot of different companies now, so I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but we're working on it. We are working on it. Getting firsthand experience is helpful. Connor W saying Kem shouldn't be part of the offense. No offense. I can't tell that's like no offense or like no offense. You know what I mean? Either way, it works both ways because Kem Birch should not be offended by the fact that he has no offense because it's clear to everybody. It's the floater, if anything. Focus on defense. Don't turn over the ball. Don't get too many fouls. Like, minimize your negative impacts and just play hard hustle basketball and really put an emphasis on rebounding the ball. That's what you need from Kem Birch. But yeah, he becomes unplayable when you take away that floater because there's literally no way for him to score. And I'm sorry for saying this every other word that comes out of my mouth. You guys are like, oh, here's Josh on the rant again about how Kem Birch is one missed floater away from riding the pine the rest of his life. But that's just genuinely the way I see this situation with him sometimes. He is unreliable, unpredictable offensively. I love Kem. Good defender, gives us, upside in some areas, no doubt. But just a question mark offensively. I will leave it at that. And shouts out to the 90 people we have in here right now. If you guys are watching this, do me a big favor, drop a like on this video. I'm grateful for every single interaction these videos get. Helps our channel out, allows us to do what we do. Always appreciated. Ramaz saying we should have traded Birch. I guess maybe, but for who? And like Kem Birch is the closest thing we have to a traditional center, I would say, just by skill set and attribute appraisal. If you look at it just by that, he's tall. He's tied for the tallest guy on our team, I would assume. And he plays like a big, clunky traditional center. I don't know if that's at this point considered an advantage, but I wasn't really looking at him as on the radar to be traded because I don't think he has a ton of trade value, and the Raptors are just thin at the 5. But hey, the right deal, who knows? Everyone has a price. I'm definitely not attached to Birch, even though he's Canadian, and I do like him a little extra for that reason. It's some normal altruism to feel as a country that's slept on for basketball. I definitely root for the Canadians as much as I can. McDermott over there to DeJounte Murray, back over there into Pirtle, who kicks it out to Keldon Johnson. Keldon to the corner, Vassell for 3, misses. Vassell's gotten wide open in the corner for 3s a couple times now and just yanked them. And by yanked them, I mean just absolutely shanked them. Did not hit the shot. Kem Birch has it now. Gives it up to Gary Trent Jr. Back out to Siakam. Now at Van Vliet. Van Vliet driving. Pulling back for 3. Yep. There we go. Freddie V knocks it down. Gorgeous shot. Bring me my money. Fred. DeJounte Murray. At the free throw line, kicking it back out to Vassell. Vassell in the mid-range misses. He's a brick right now. Scotty Barnes is literally slapping the rebound away from Kem Birch, trying to get those stats. And he goes back the other way. Oh, beautiful. It's his team, bro. It's his team. Rips away a rebound from his teammate, goes the length of the floor, takes it into the paint, basically into a double team, and gets a lay-in. Gorgeous. Oh, and Fred Van Vliet picking pockets. It's his day job. Van Vliet over to Barnes. Barnes gets stopped up there and then gets the rebound, the putback. Beautiful persistence. I love it. Misses his first chance, won't settle, gets the second to go. Is that a tie game right now? I think we're tied up at 69 apiece. Raptors upping the defensive tempo. We're taking the D to the O right now. You guys know what that equals for the Raptors. It's simple mathematics, man. It equals success. This team is too long and athletic to settle for mid-range J's and open 3s all day. They got to get it in the action. Off of the broken plays. off of the glass. That's what they're doing. Dal L saying, go off, Scotty. I got to check. Okay, and I got to say, Ramaz, I don't agree with you on, to be completely honest, most things. But this is an interesting comment. Masai always signs players with no value. I don't agree. But to a certain extent, when you look at some of the contracts he's handed out over our rebuild period, it is kind of like, bro, what? Why? Like Freddie Gillespie. I don't know. That was like a feel-good story that we really had to put the stamp on with a contract. And then, yeah, Kem Birch. Kem Birch is cheap. What is he, like $3 million a year for three years? So like $9 million over 3 seasons. I want to say that's his contract. And if that's the case, whatever, he remains pretty tradable because it's not a big cap hit. And in the NBA, that's not huge money, surprising enough. But yeah, I get what you mean, Ramaz. Masai kind of does have some out-of-pocket signings. He's willing to reward guys who work hard. I think that's more it than anything. He's always down to put the stamp on a good story. I will say that. Hey, it's J21 saying, you think Hem should still be a starter? No, I don't. But, I mean, our bench also needs a little bit of help, too. So I guess Achua coming off of the bench helps a little bit, you know? So long as Anunoby's out, right? We're just not going to have the same amount of scoring depth. This team already struggled with scoring depth. Achua is apparently capable of scoring 20 points in a game. Not per game, but, you know, he's got these little glimpses. Let him come off the bench, see if he can get the momentum continuing to build in the right way from that direction. Okay, Mike Kamina correcting me. I knew it was divisible by 3, but $6 million per year is the contract. So still not egregious. It's not egregious, but a little bit worse than I thought. Definitely still tradable if it came down to it, but you could not expect to really get anything in return. That's one of those ones that pops up as future considerations, which is probably like, I don't know, some printer cartridges and gym shorts. Oh, and York Baller messaged me this earlier, and this is an interesting concept. Personally, I don't think he's athletic enough, but he's making a case that we could go get Derek Favors. I mean, he solves the issue of needing a big body. He's on Utah right now, isn't he? I mean, Utah's a pretty juiced up roster. I don't know. Of course, now it would need to wait until free agency or I guess a buyout market if that's where Derek Favors is headed, but I don't know if he's really the answer. He's a big body that'll help, like, you know, fit the 7-foot void, but maybe not athletic enough to play in Nick Nurse's schemes. And then Scotty Barnes gets fouled. Good job. I was going to check the Scotty stat line. I need to see that. But 7 minutes left in the third quarter, tied at 69 apiece. The rookie will have a chance to pull ahead at the free throw line here, though. Okay, so at the moment, okay, that's good. Pirtle has 8 rebounds, 9 points. We are on track for that bet. Let's hope it would be an absolutely terrible beat if he didn't get his double-double. But Scotty Barnes now has, I believe, 10, 6, and 1. Yeah, that should be 10, 6, and 1 for him. Not a bad game. More work to do, though. We got a stoppage of play here, I believe. What's going on here? Fred VanVleet looks grossed out by something. What just happened? Hey, CJ Miles in the stands. What's up? Whoa, CJ Miles. Okay. DeJounte Murray might have got an eye poke here. That's not good. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's right on his forehead. That maybe needs like one or 2 stitches. Actually, what am I saying? 1 stitch. No one ever gets 1 stitch. Has it ever happened? That's not a thing. But yeah, he's got a nice little cut there on the front of his forehead. So he's checking out for a second. Kem Birch getting his face checked out as well. Did these two kiss on the way up to the bucket? What's happening? I can't see Birch being bloodied up right now, but we're getting the replay. Oh, yeah. Ow. Yeah, they went head to head. I didn't see that the first time around. They went head to head. That sucks. I've actually had that happen playing hoops before. Yeesh. I'm not going to lie. I think Kem Birch is shaken up. I think he needs to get taken out of the game for concussion protocol. I can tell by the look in his eyes right now. Yeah, DeJounte Murray's on his way out too. I mean, he's been killing the Raptors tonight, legit cooking us. But at the same time, hope he's okay. He is checking out of the game, as is Kem Birch. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet, unfortunately, that Kem Birch has a concussion after that. He just had that look on his face. I wouldn't say disoriented, but just sort of like that moment where you're like, I have a concussion. You know, you don't look quizzical or anything. You're just mentally accepting it. Obviously upset. You can tell by looking at his face. I think it's a conk. And I've played a lot of sports, seen a lot of guys get concussions. I've had one concussion. Thankfully, no more than that. It's some scary stuff. So prayers up to those dudes. But then the Raptors get the turnover on offense. Spurs getting the ball back, 71-71, the current score, 6:38 in the third. Tyus Jones kicks it back out there. Keldon Johnson driving, kicking back to Jones, up to the top. Richardson back to Jones there, moving the rock right now. And that's K. Pirtle tries to get the rebound, but it ends up going out off of him. Raptors inbound the ball as he's complaining to the ref. Yeah, the Spurs playing unselfish there, but not getting an exactly quality shot. The reverse by Tyus Jones, way off. And then, like I said, out off of Jakob Pirtle. Scotty Barnes now with the ball. Barnes going around the key, driving, going up. Ooh, that's a tough bucket. He plays a man's game. A man's game. The rookie. Big bucket. Big physical presence. Johnson going up. Gets the layup. I don't even like to call that the layup. That's like the jelly. You don't kiss it off the glass or anything. You just go up, kind of drop it off, let it float into the rim. You guys know what I'm talking about. You go from the jam to the jelly. The kids in the chat know what I'm talking about. You're either jam fam or jelly fam. Which one? Pick a side. Gary Trent Jr. misses the three-pointer and it's rebounded by Johnson. Now it's with Richardson. Spurs have it on offense. Jakob Pirtle out there setting some heavy picks. And then, oh my God, Richardson just dribbles straight out of bounds off the end line. Buddy's controller turned off. But hey, I'm not complaining. Raps get the ball back in a tie game, 73 apiece. Siakam back over to Fred. Wow, that inbounds was way scarier than it had to be. Tyus Jones putting on some pressure. The full court one-man press, and it almost blew up our offense. Great. Scotty Barnes driving. He's had a little bit of initiation in him right now. There we go. He's taking the offense into his own hands. Senses a mouse in the house. Richardson not up to the challenge. The rookie takes the food right off of his plate. Keldon Johnson out there to Jones. Jones pulls up for a mid-range, gets that. That's a routine shot there. Pump faked the three and then got a better one. Van Vliet brings it up for the Raptors. Tied up again. Scotty Barnes, he's been all offense here in the third. Out there to Achua. Achua covered by Pirtle. And then Van Vliet out to Siakam. Siakam for three. Beautiful shot. Dials it up. Gorgeous finish and a really nice setup there by Fred Van Vliet. Really nice setup. Raps take a lead by 3 points. Just over 4 minutes to go until the fourth quarter. Jakob Pirtle. Oh, never mind. It goes out to the corner. And then Tyus Jones misses the three. Rebounded by Barnes. Outlet to Siakam. That's a foul. That is a foul, no doubt. But Siakam gets right back in there. That's going to be a jump ball. Hey, that should have been a foul. 100%. But great job by Siakam going and diving for the ball rather than looking to the officials to bail him out. Great job. Accept that it happened. Do what you can. And now we get a chance to get the possession right back. I like that. First instinct was not to complain. He dived on the loose ball. Made it debatable. And then we get the call. There we go. There we go. Oh, wrong animation. I was going to say, guys, if you could bless me with a like on this video, help me get up to 100 likes. We're 24 away right now. You guys know this channel means everything to me. Help it get it re-recommended. Get these lives busier and busier. By the playoff time, I wanted to be a whole watching party in here. So help me do it, guys. You are the best. Siakam with the ball. He's covered by Keldon Johnson. Siakam backing in on Johnson. Out to Achua for 3. Connor, I know you're mad, bro. Oh, Achua knocks down the 3. Let the kids shoot. Let the kids shoot. He knocks it down, makes the most of it, 81-75. And shouts out to Connor. I'm just playing with Connor, but I'm okay with him shooting that shot. I think he's working it into his bag. If you're not going to contest him, I like his chances of hitting them. Chris Boucher is either 4 for 4 or 0 for 8, so I get the frustration there. But Achua has been absolutely humming it from 3. Richardson in a long mid-range shot misses, rebounded by Thad. Outlitted there to Banton, the rookie with the ball crossing half for the Raptors. Delano out to Siakam. Siakam thought about 3. Does not take it. Gives it to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr. in the mid-range. Misses. He's got to get back to hitting those, man. He goes through these phases where he's hitting tough contested shots in the mid-range, just finding his spots, hunting them down. I want to see that decisiveness back. Spurs get the lay in there. Achua gets fouled, I thought, but gets his rebound back instead, or rebound. Gets the loose ball back off of the block and then lays it in. There we go. 83-77. We got a 6-point lead now, but someone in the chat saying they can't see the score. I think the scoreboard's visible. 83-77 is currently the score for anyone who does not know. Spurs missed there. Rebounded by Siakam. Outlitted the length of the floor to Achua. Oh, but he gets blocked by Richardson. Spurs recover there, but they take it back the other way. And then, wow, Keldon Johnson with a big-time transition dunk. Wow, the Spurs are jacked up right now. 83-79. 2 minutes left until the end of the third. Whoo, things are heating up in San Antonio right now. 4-point lead. Siakam with the ball. And then a foul charge to Richardson. I totally forgot that was Josh Richardson. I mean, like, I knew it was, but it didn't really register with me now. The guy's kind of a suitcase. He kind of looks like KCP. Does anyone else see that? I think Josh Richardson looks like KCP. There, I said it. I said it. Ramaz saying Josh Richardson would have been nice for us. Man, we have so many players with what Josh Richardson does skill set wise. I don't even want him. Honestly, I'd rather give minutes to like Achua, OG, Scotty. Like, we are so stocked up on wing players with a lot of athleticism and upside. No room for Josh Richardson, unfortunately. And Gary Trent Jr. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. He's back to his old ways. Knocking down a huge 3 there. Tyus Jones over there to Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson hounded by Gary Trent Jr. I love it. The offense is on. The defense energy is up for Trent Jr. And then beautiful. They missed the 3 or the layup. And then it's great rebound by Achua. Great hustle. Protects the ball while on his back. Gets it to Siakam, who goes the length of the floor. Gary for 3. Do it. Do it to him. And then Delano! You got to put that back, man. Okay, Raptors end up with the ball anyways, but Delano Banton, I would have made that, and I'm not kidding. Thad Young, thank you. The veteran cleaning up an ugly play there after the rookie blew it at the rim. We get the 2. Up by 10 now, 89-79. Things are rolling for the Raptors. Second half, as I thought might happen, has opened the floodgates a little bit, but don't go anywhere. We got a whole nother quarter to go. Johnson from deep. I should have known to shut my damn mouth. That was cold. Lines it up, hits it. The Spurs are back in a little bit, 89-82. Well, a little bit. They're way in this game. You know, there is no deciding which way it goes yet, but the Raptors have done a good job of getting themselves into the driver's seat. Put your foot on the gas, Precious. Misses the 3. And then Siakam fighting for the rebound gets fouled. Good job. He'll be shooting 2. Great hustle by Pascal. I've liked his mentality here in the second half. Oh, man, look at Malachi Flynn's tracksuit. It's like a dark navy blue. That's a look. I like that. That's a gorgeous, like, very royal-looking blue he's got on right now. It's the whole tracksuit, too. He's got the red hair to complement it. I like that. He's looking clean courtside. Hopefully he's recovered from his injury sooner than later. You guys know, if you tune into this podcast even a little bit, that I am a die-hard Flynn Sanity fan, the Red Van Vliet, whatever nickname you want to call him, the Crimson Flynn, the list goes on. I'm a big fan of his skill set. I think it's rare. Artisan saying, finally, Thaddeus got a little bunny to go in. Yeah, he's clunky offensively, really clunky. His best shot right now looks like wing threes, which is weird. But yeah, he's getting that floater to sit a bit more, which is needed. Delano Banton playing some hounding defense on DeJounte Murray, who's checked back in, and then he's fouled. Okay, I don't see Kem Birch anywhere on the sideline or the floor, so I do think he's still in the change room getting checked out. Guys, I don't want to be thinking negatively here, but my guess is he is concussed. Just looking at his face right after the contact itself, little contact like that can do it. It does not take a lot to generate a concussion. Some of them can surprise you. It's like, wow, I can't believe I'm concussed, but I've got the symptoms. There was some head contact. It's a concussion. They're definitely going to keep him out no matter what. Ryan saying, I like Precious at the 4. Ramaz saying Josh is the happiest person ever, even through a loss. Hey, Ramaz, I appreciate that, man. I have too much fun on the live stream. That's what does it to me. It's the community, so I appreciate you guys. Otherwise, it's me alone screaming at my TV in my living room. It's a much different picture at that point. Siakam pulls up for 3. That's off, man. That's way off. But time expires here in the third. Oh, wow. Yeah, Lonnie Walker, with the kind of game he's having right now, I wouldn't have been surprised if that half-court heave went in, but thankfully it misses. The Raptors, pretty substantial lead at the moment over the Spurs going into the fourth quarter. So Spurs are flirting with lottery range. Raptors are flirting with not even needing to play the play-in tournament. You got to take care of this fourth quarter. I know that our expectations feel like they've been kind of like lowered even for just a second here because of how ugly that stretch was. But let's be real. Let's be realistic. The Raptors are still a good team. Think about how high we were on them when they were on that win streak. Even very recently into 2022, they've looked amazing. They need their bodies back. That's clear. We have some work to do as an organization. We won't win this season, but there could be a crazy playoff run that no one saw coming in store. And that would do so much to build the future of this group, get guys confident, get guys experienced. I'm just excited for the whole entire process. I definitely am. We're better than a lot of people think, even within our own fan base. Got to take care of businesses in the fourth is the message that I'm going to circle right back to. The whole point I've been trying to prove. San Antonio don't belong. Take care of them. And guys, we are very close, less than 20 likes away from hitting 100 on this video. So if you'd help me out, do me a big favor here. Get me to 100. It's always appreciated. Helps grow the live stream a ton. And this live stream is my bread and my butter. I love coming and doing it. And you guys are a great community to cater to. Like I said, I mentioned my story of getting on the Raptors Digest earlier. I won't revisit the whole thing completely, but just started doing a blog about the Raptors, got in contact with Ben and Riker because I actually watched the Raptors Digest for years before wanting to necessarily do Raptors content myself. I was always a diehard fan, but just didn't know that I had that skill or capacity, and then I developed it, and here we are. But was a fan before anything is what I'm saying. Okay, we're randomly talking about Tyler Hansborough in the chat. Okay, Lord 2 Senpai saying, anyone remember Tyler Hansborough? That guy was a goon. I might be incorrect, but wasn't he actually a very good college player? I want to say he had a somewhat decorated college career, and I want to say it was at Syracuse, but I'm not right. Or sorry, I'm not right. I don't know if I'm right. I can't type and speak at the same time, apparently. Absolutely breaks my brain. Do not have that capacity. Tyler Hansborough played at... Where did he go? Half my screen's cut off because I have all these applications open, but... In college, it's just cut off. Okay, he played at UNC, actually. Yeah, he played at North Carolina. I thought he played at one of those big name schools. So yeah, he was at UNC. I feel like he must have won a championship or something. And he's still playing for the Guangzhou Long Lions. Whoa. I'm assuming in the CBL. All right, Tyler Hansborough is still somewhere trying to kill people on a basketball court. Nice. You love to see it. I always like Tyler Hansborough. Definitely not the most skilled guy out there. Very far from it, but a character, gritty player that definitely had a nice little role in Toronto. He was on our team, from like 2014 to maybe like 2017, something around there. But he was a fan favorite. He'd go mix it up with people. He was like the white Charles Barkley. So not quite as good at basketball, but still really aggressive out there. McDermott misses that three, and it's rebounded by Fred. Fred brings it up court. Van Vliet driving. Misses that. But then the rebound. Thad Young over to Achua. Oh, Achua going for a tough take, but Murray hangs on by a thread and plays some decent defense to contest the shot. Achua leaves it short. Murray going right at Scotty at the other end. Scotty doing a good job holding his ground on defense. And then Thad almost goes out of bounds. Well, they're saying he did. Thad. Okay, good hustle. It's not really his fault, but like, damn, Thad. Thad does some annoying stuff on the court. It is what it is. It is what it is. Amir Jits in the chat saying Raptors versus Suns going to be tomorrow, right? I think it's Friday that they play. So the day after tomorrow, they will be doing that matchup at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. Scotty Barnes hands it off to Delano Banton. Delano calling for a pick. Thad's like, nope. Delano gives it over to Scotty. That's so funny. That was just veteran pecking order right there. Scotty has it in the high post, shoots it from the free throw stripe, just misses, and then that rebound, I don't know if that's going to count as... What happens if Pirtle taps it and then it lands in Murray's hands? Is that still a Pirtle rebound? And then Murray getting a bucket there in the paint on the Raptors. Okay, this game is 91-86 at the moment. Raptors got to put that foot right back down on the gas. Right back down on the gas. Don't let up. We're coming for throats in the fourth. Barnes with the ball. Over to Achua. Bro, Precious, you were wide open for three, man. Why not take it? Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, I know Connor's like, that's what I want to see. And the Raptors delivered it. A beautiful alley-oop. He reaches up to the heavens, as Connor says, and throws it down off of the Delano Banton feed. That was a nice play. And then, wow, Murray just misses that, and it's rebounded by Achua. Then Fred Van Vliet, great job scooping up that ball. Murray almost got it back. Van Vliet. Oh, that would have been crazy if that went in, but he will be shooting two regardless. Okay, let me make sure that Pirtle hasn't done anything that Okay, 9 points and 8 rebounds for Pirtle. Guys, I'm not going to come out here and publicly cheer for a San Antonio player, but like I win like $400 or something if I can have him get that double-double and the Raptors to cover. Van Vliet's already good for the points. Hits his first free throw. Yes, sir. But I would like my money. So if Jakob Pirtle, if you can hear me right now, if we're telepathically communicating, do me a solid and get that double-double. Stick it to Masai. He traded you. Fred Van Vliet hits the second. There we go. Dial it up. Raps up by 9. 9 minutes to go as well. Tyus Jones brings it across half. Over there to Pirtle. Jones kicks it out there. Right back to him. Or it's Murray who has it. And then Van Vliet, Van Vliet got all ball. All ball. That's dumb. That's all ball. This isn't even a biased take, man. Fred Van Vliet's like, bro. Refs, man. The refs. Back at it again. with the bad calls. But then Delano Banton picks it off and then gets the flush at the other end. Two-handed jam. Timeout Spurs. There we go. Cranking up the heat again. The rookie. Love to see that from him. That was a deflating call, but sparks the Raptors with a little bit of life there. Taking the D to the O. Yes, sir. And guys, we are 14 likes away from 100. Help me get there so I can stop panhandling for likes. I'm out here in the streets begging for just one more like. Please, sir. Please. If you can do one thing for me tonight, just drop a like on this video. You guys are the best. I mean that. Gregory Wilson saying Nurse is going to have a heart attack this year. I actually worried about that with Dwayne Casey at different times. And I know that DeMar and Kyle used to joke about it. They'd be like, yeah, we're trying to play. I remember someone asked them, like, what's the reason for your improved play? This was at some random point. I don't know, like 2017, 2016, maybe even before then. And they were like, oh, we're worried about Coach Casey. That man looks like he's about to drop out there when he's yelling at us. So we had to take some pressure off the coach for his own health. And I was just laughing because Dwayne Casey is, a little bit older, but he also, when things are not going right, you can look at Dwayne Casey and know immediately. Like, he wears his heart on his sleeve. And to be honest, actually, when we're winning, he doesn't really even look that happy either. He is a stern, all business, like full-blown Coach Carter type. Dwayne Casey's intense as hell. He's got to be careful, man. No one can make him too upset. Good thing he's got Cade to look after the offense there in Detroit. Otherwise, he'd be at risk. I will say that. Having a little bit of a Gasol versus JV debate in the chat here. Since it's a commercial break, I might chime in. I might be missing a little bit of the context here, but look, I think the debate's kind of coming down to, maybe I'm wrong, but we'll have this debate in case. I think it's more boiling down to how nice it would be to have JV back, and was Gasol really necessary to that championship run? And I'm seeing as, JV better at defense than Gasol. I'm going to say my own personal opinion here. Respect all opinions in the chat, definitely. But I would say that Marc Gasol, even when he came here at that time, was a better defender. An isolation defender, probably not, no. But I just think that we built a defense tailored around him being able to contest and protect the rim. That's all. He doesn't have a crazy vertical. He's not shot blocking everyone that goes up there. But his massive presence on the court, I think, was enough to build the Giannis wall, to deter a ton of different shooters. He came up huge, and the playmaking made him like a secondary point guard out there when he had the ball in the post. And we had a lot of great cutters. I need to say I think he was essential to winning that year. I think that JV's the better scorer and the better rebounder, but Mark, when he got traded, was definitely the better defender and the better passer, which we needed those skill sets more on that team. So I got to stand by saying that I don't think we get by Milwaukee or even Philadelphia without Marc Gasol, because you needed someone to shut down Embiid and Giannis. And JV's great. I don't know if he would have been able to rise up to that challenge, but hey, we'll never know. Champions anyways. Delano Banton with the ball, throws it down to Achua. Achua corner three. Bro, what is up? What is up, Precious Achua? The big sneeze in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Huge bucket for him. Huge bucket for Toronto. We're up 14. Vassell kicks it over to Tyus Jones. They cycle it around again. Vassell from deep misses. Man, Devin Vassell's been a brick this game. And then, wow, Jakob Poeltl gets the offensive rebound, and then he's fouled. Okay. Guys, forgive me for this. I actually really needed that. Okay. Jakob Poeltl needs one more bucket. Guys, if he doesn't get this bucket, it's going to be one of the worst beats of all time. Potential of like $400 returned to me. If we can cover on the spread, which I think we've got a pretty good chance of doing at this point, and if Jakob Poeltl can just go get me 1 point, that's all I need. Get foul, we'll go to the free throw line, hit 1 of 2, that's okay. I'd prefer that. DeJounte Murray going up, and he's fouled by Thad Young. He'll be shooting 2. And guys, we are so close to 100 likes. Help push me past that line. You guys are the best. I really do appreciate it. Jaden saying Achua from Winnipeg, Manitoba. You know, Jack always comes up with those creative spots. I remember one time, and for anyone who knows Ontario geography, you'll find this hilarious. I think it was, he said, Kyle Lowry from Aurelia. And my brother was watching with me, and he's like, whoa, is it Kyle Lowry's from Aurelia? And I was like, no, man. No. Out of all the places that an NBA player could be from, and especially like a Kyle Lowry, like a true Philly dude, to feel like he's from Aurelia, Ontario. Hey, man, maybe it's just funny to me, but when he said that, I couldn't even believe that, like, he thought that for a moment. Just an abstract thought in my brain. Precious to Scotty, out to Banton. There we go. To Thad for 3. Beautiful. Hits it. Okay, I'm getting a little scared that we're going to run away with the game completely and Jakob Poeltl won't get one more point. Come on, give it to Yak. That's all I need. The Raptors look nice. Murray kicks it out. Johnson with it. Johnson. Not a lot of time left to Jones. Back out to Johnson for 3. They get it. Wow. 103-91. 6:50 left. Banton out there to Siakam. Now to Scotty. Back to Banton. Siakam from 3. Misses. And then there we go. We get the offensive rebound. Batted out by Thad. Achua from 3. Oh, dude, did he turn around for that? No, okay, I don't think he did. I was like, no way Precious is acting like Steph Curry. For a second, I thought he did the spin after the shot. Maybe he did. I didn't see that clear enough. Oh, man. Okay, guys, forgive me for a second. I need to put on a Spurs jersey really quick for Jakob Poeltl. Former Raptor. I think we can let this one slide. I need my money. Get Yak the bucket. Get the ball on offense to him. Do you guys ever see the movie Kicking and Screaming? Will Ferrell says, get the ball to the Italians. Get the ball to the Austrian right now. There we go. They got the ball to him. Come on. Okay, he's fouled. He's fouled. Please tell me he's shooting. Are they in the bonus? Please put him to the foul line. Please, please, please. Is he? No. It's an inbound. Damn. Okay. 1-800-Lunatic saying, LOL, earlier this season, Matt yelled, Freddie from Ajax, and my dad said the same thing. There you go. We got the all Ontario team, according to Matt Devlin. Johnson driving, misses that, and then it's rebounded by Thad Young. Oh, no. They did not take it. For a second, I thought they took out the Austrian Hammer, a.k.a. our guy, Jakob Poeltl, who I need to get one more bucket. Barnes with it. Scotty driving. Oh, that would have been a sick reverse, but instead he's fouled. He'll be shooting 2. That was crafty. That was real crafty by Scotty Barnes. Right now, what does Scotty have? I'm curious. I check his stat line pretty often throughout this game, but got 14, 8, and 1. Man, Cade Cunningham had a 20-piece tonight. I think it was at least like 22 points. They might have even beaten the Bulls, too. That Rookie of the Year race is going to come down to the wire, but Scotty Barnes with a remarkable stretch of play. Jimmy Hoff is calling for it. We need 4 more likes. Guys, I'm panhandling. I'm begging you. I will do some sickening things for a like. I appreciate when the fan base doesn't make me go there, but help me get to 100 likes. It's always deserved. 5 minutes left in this game. 105-91 the score. Jakob Poeltl needs a bucket so I can stop sweating. Get him the ball. Get the ball to the Austrian. Yak? Yes! Yes! He gets the bucket. That's a cash. There we go. The floater. He's like Hakeem, but different. An Austrian. There we go. Bring me my money, Yak. Once a Raptor, always a Raptor in my books. Oh, and then Scotty Barnes gets the floater at the other end. It's Christmas morning. Gifts everywhere for everyone. You just love to see it. Oh, and we're close to 100 likes right now too. We're at 99. This is the best 30-second stretch of this game so far. Scotty Barnes gives it over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet back to Barnes. Barnes to Achua. Oh, I wanted him to shoot that three, but he tried to dunk it. Good defensive play there by Jakob Poeltl. Josh Richardson, I think, got hit in the face by Achua. He was down for a moment. Back up now. Murray with it. DeJounte. Oh, that was an offensive foul by Yak for sure. For sure. Bro, Jakob just like kind of shoved Fred Van Vliet off of that pick and roll. And yeah, Murray gets a bucket, but whatever. 107-95, just under 4 minutes to go. Timeout called by, I believe, the Raptors. Raptors call timeout. And guys, thank you so much for getting me to 100 likes. So appreciated. Never taken for granted. You guys do great things for this channel. I really do appreciate you guys doing that for me. And we got some spam in the chat. I need my moderator, Marcel. Where are you? Marcel, save the day, please. This podcast goes to absolute bananas without Marcel here. It's just chaotic. I'll take the spam bot as a good sign, though, you know? Fraud is now targeting our live stream because it gets busy in here. I like that. I'm flattered by the spam. Thank you so much. If only Marcel was here to scrub you out of the chat, but he's not. Man, shouts out to Marcel. So if you guys are looking for more basketball content, more Marcel content, go check out Courtside Digest. He's fully taken over that channel. He is he's making it his baby. That is his baby. Romantic Friday nights, calling games on Courtside Digest. You know, he's got to treat her right. See her every week. Give her all the things she deserves, all the time in the world. Marcel and this YouTube channel were a match made in heaven. They're getting married. Go check it out. Give Courtside Digest a subscribe. Ben, me, Riker also do some work on there. But excited to see what Marcel can get up to with the channel. Detroit Pistons animations in the chat saying Portland down 31-12 after one. Yeah, pray for Damian Lillard right now, man. Pray for Damian Lillard. I bring it up all the time, guys, but I will say it one more time. If Portland needs to look to one team to figure out how to treat a superstar, look at what Washington does for Bradley Beal. They bend over backward for the guy, get him, a superstar to play with, and a superstar. You get him Russell Westbrook, another dominant guard to play with. Doesn't work out. Okay, let's get him a ton of role players. Doesn't work out. Okay, let's get him a dominant center, Porzingis. We'll see where it goes. But just rolling the dice repeatedly, going after big moves to help reward Beal's loyalty. And Beal's not like a top 10 player. He's just got that unique scoring upside that can push him into some interesting conversations at times. He's definitely elite. And he's been loyal. He's developed in Washington. I think that they got to reward him to a certain extent. Enzo asking me if I have any future plans of pursuing a career in sports commentary. I don't know about sports commentary. I think that it's tough. I don't know if I fit the bill for it. I would love to do it, to be completely real with you, but I just don't know if I have the basketball background to do it. In Barnes getting the beautiful bucket, I think I physically could, but just the process of getting a job, I'm not a former coach or a former player. I'm a fan. I'm straight up one of you guys, which I think has its own selling point to it as well. And I think that you probably see me more, hopefully, just try to become a really dominant streamer, work within companies related to sport and NBA. I work at a gambling company right now, so we deal with sports content all day, every day. I'm really kind of in a great spot right now. I wake up blessed, definitely. Just blessed in my own way. There's a lot of work to do, a lot of achievements to get, but I'm thankful for sure. To answer your question, I think I would love to do commentary one day. I just don't think I would get the right looks though. If I can kill it on stream for long enough, maybe, but I think even Matt and Jack have a little bit more of a background actively in basketball than I do, even though I'm a clear expert of the game. Gary Trent Jr. at the foul line knocks it down. 111-95. Keldon Johnson. Over there to Pirtle. Pirtle, man, thank you for the money you brought to me tonight. He gets a bucket. Up by 14, under 3 minutes now. Scotty Barnes with it. Scotty's had a nice little second half. The third quarter, he was going off. Fourth quarter, he's had some moments. Siakam with the ball now. Goes against the grain of the pick. Out to Achua. Achua for three. Bro, this guy's a three-point specialist. Put him in the competition. Put a Ibaka on his back. That's who he's going to be. The ultimate center, six-man. Great defense. Great three-point shooting. That's all we need from Achua. I don't care if he doesn't develop the floater. I would like him to develop the floater. But off of our bench, this kid's going to be a weapon. A freaking weapon. Let's go. Smile saying, thank you. I'm streaming this, but it has no audio, so I got your stream in the back for the audio. LMAO. Hey, no problem. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. This guy's going akimbo streams. Evan in the chat saying, you should feel blessed, bro. Harmonizing your life from different parts of your life is what it's all about. Definitely, man. And like, you know what? I had some moments where I was like, oh, man, I'll be honest. Like, I feel like I'm on my ass right now. This is tough, you know, and it took me a little bit to come around and start doing the things I really wanted to do. And like to understand, to work hard at these things and commits. And, you know, I won't go on some inspirational preacher kind of rant here. I'm a work in progress, but perspective's everything. And I definitely have always felt blessed. You got to, man. You got to understand the things that people go through out there. There is no life better than yours. Quote J. Cole. And that was the corniest thing I've ever said in my life, but it's true. Tyus Jones misses that wraparound layup, but he's fouled? Really? All right, so he'll be shooting too. San Antonio is in the bonus. Chris saying Precious is better than Ibaka already. Whoo! I don't know about that. 2019 Serge Ibaka was a well-oiled machine. That guy was reliable in every facet of the game. You know, play him for 15 minutes, play him for 35. Like, you just getting the same thing. Great defensive rim protection. Serge was way too polished of a vet when we had him to say that Precious is on that level now, but you see glimpses of what Achua can do. I mean, the big sneeze is going to be somebody, and I think that a good comparable for him is Serge, but I'm not there yet. One day, definitely. Siakam with the ball. Driving in there, gets it, never mind. Spills off the rim. Siakam does have 20 in the game, though. Good on him getting the 20-piece. And Tyus Jones comes back the other way, gets kind of stripped by Banton there. They turn over the ball. 1 minute, 45 seconds to go. Banton, that's a foul. That's a foul. Okay, good job. Ref calls it. Okay. I thought there was a small chance I was messing up on this. Ben in the chat saying it's Trey Jones. Tyus Jones is his older brother. Okay, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I did not think Tyus Jones is on the team because Tyus Jones is on Memphis, no? And so, and Trey Jones like looks like him too. So I thought, okay, no, that has to be Tyus Jones. But no, this makes more sense because I thought for sure he was on Memphis. I was a little confused there, but I have been messing up. Draco asking, yo, Josh, who's your favorite Raptor role player of all time? I'd have to say Ibaka. That's a good answer. Like, Ibaka's definitely up there, actually. He's most certainly up there. He's one of, like, my top three, no doubt. So I'll try to go with someone else just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Oh, wow. And one for Devin Vassell there, the FSU grad, fellow alumni with Scotty Barnes. He'll have a chance to do the and one play. 114 to 101 the score. But to answer this question, favorite Raptors role player of all time? I really liked Lou Williams. That was the first time I felt like we just had like a walking bucket on the team. And I know we had DeMar DeRozan, don't get me wrong, but it's different when you're that guy and you're expected to be that guy. You know how much criticism DeMar racked up. You know, he worked on his game while in Toronto. What he is now is insane. He was always really good. But I just love that when Lou Williams had the ball, nice little shot there by Delano Banton. I got to say, Lou Williams, he won 6th Man of the Year here in his only year here. We just got such a good, high-octane offensive version of Lou Will. I got to say, he's probably one of my favorite role players that I've seen as a Raptor just because of his ability to, shoot the lights out and just be... He could check into that Kyle and DeMar level, which I really liked. And having that come off your bench was special. I also really liked DeLon Wright. Man, let me think. Gravis Vasquez was kind of a nice player too. I'm just naming everybody in the book now, But no, I'll say Lou Will. I'll say Lou Will for now. My answer might change as things rush back to me, but Lou Will, I think, really stands out as someone who is just really good as a Raptor, even though it was a small dose. He talked mad garbage when he left Toronto about, Toronto just not feeling homey to NBA players, trying to get Kawhi to sign in LA. I get it. It's a business. I see what he's doing. I won't take it too personal, but 6th man in the 6. I respect the career Lou Williams had. Lemon Pepper Lou. That's my answer. Let me know in the chat, though. Collins is fouled. 30 seconds left. We're just in burnout garbage time, but hey guys, we hit the parlay tonight, and also in addition to this dub. So the Raptors win. You guys know that the gambling is always just a secondary cherry on top, as much as I get really jacked up talking about it on live. I wanted the Raptors to take care of business tonight. I still think that, that loss against Cleveland, it puts you a lot closer to the needing to be in the play-in game. Don't get me wrong. I think that's probably what we're going to end up needing to do, but taking care of business and wins like this, you do leave that 6th spot as an open possibility. I really think that that's where the Raptors can reach. I think most of us sensible Raptors fans, I like to think I'm sensible with most things when it comes to this team, have said 6 is where the highest they could go. I think that's the roof. And the roof. And then the ceiling, and then the floor. My God, guys, my brain is scrambled. The floor would definitely be the 10 seed. So you're going to get postseason action in some regard. But taking care of business tonight makes it one step closer to avoiding that play-in tournament and going right into a first-round matchup, which I am really hoping for. And as Diljit says in the chat, a much-needed victory. Man, I miss the feeling of winning. I miss it. And there you go. Greg Popovich and Nick Nurse shaking hands quickly there. I could see the torch being passed from Pop to Nick Nurse. It's not your league anymore, Pop. It is not. Oh, man. Diljit saying, also, who doesn't love hashtag corny Josh, bro? You're going to hit me with that? You're going to brand me as hashtag corny Josh? Oh, that's tough. That's tough, but I'll wear it. I appreciate everyone in the chat tuning in. And, of course, I'm saying corny things all the time. Okay, and we got Paul Blunt dropping a super chat reminding you guys what just went down. That's a W, folks. That is a W. And then Tom Moreau saying, well, Josh, not as good as you, but I got 75 out of this one. Okay. Tom Moreau making wagers, cashing wagers. I like to see it. What'd you bet on? Let me know, Tom. I'm curious. The degenerate in me needs to know. But yes, that's a big return for us for anyone who tailed the bet. I did post it to the Instagram story. That's plus 700. Normally I don't say how much I won, but I got some bragging rights tonight. It was between 350 to 500, somewhere in there. I can't remember the exact odds. It's somewhere right in there. Now I sound like I'm lying. I don't have an exact number. I'll tell you exactly how much it was. Just for, I'm going to celebrate this a little bit. The Raptors came through for me. Jakob Poeltl, ex-Raptor. Thank you. Delivering money personally to me. It returned 360. So that was the money I got paid out on tonight. I thought it was probably more, but 360 is what it is. And guys, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm definitely not going to complain about a Raptors W. This feels great to be back in the winning column. To have Van Vliet back out there doing his thing, you just love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So guys, I appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back together on Friday for the Suns stream. You don't want to miss that. If we can go and beat the Suns, I think we might get dialed right back into a very serious and timely rhythm of basketball. Playoffs is not as far as we think. If we can start beating teams like the Suns and just heat up before we go, man, who knows what happens? Who knows? Because everyone sticks to 7 or 6 bodies in the playoffs. I'll take our 7 to 6 bodies over anyone out there. Our top dudes can compete with anyone in the league. I'm excited, guys. Who knows what the future holds? I'm excited for all of it. There you go. Some more corny Josh before I sign off. But I will say it one last time. You guys are the best. You allow us to do what we do. And for that, I am grateful. We will see you on Friday. And don't forget to check out Ben and Riker's post-game stream. I'm sure they're going to be jacked up about this. In the meantime, I'm signing off.